Merry 12th day of Christmas. I did wonder if you'd be coming this year. Glad to see you. Would have been alone otherwise, except for all these dead folk. Weird that this should all happen today. 25 years to the day. My memory's a little fuzzy. Not sure why. Would you help me piece together whatever in tarnation happened in here? There's a thing over there. Does this magic image thing? You can use that. I don't know how to use it. Cameron told you yesterday, so I hope you remember how to. Merry Christmas. I did wonder if you'd be coming this year. Glad to see you. Would have been alone otherwise. My son went off to work on the train. His mama would have been proud, I guess. This year we got Duncan Lachlan over there. His name's the only thing the man said since he came in that I understood. Brings in a lot of firewood, though, so I'm not complaining. Be a pal and light the fire, would you? Get the wood. Go on ahead and place it right there in that fire. I'll let you know when we got enough in there to light it up.
Oh, get out of my face. Nobody understands me around here. I just came to be left alone.
Don't be shy. Get the wood and go on ahead and put it in the fireplace there. Don't be shy. Get the wood and go on ahead and put it in the fireplace there. Been 25 whole years since my Christmas miracle. I remember Mary and I were struggling to feed our David. 5 years old he was. Middle of winter. Cold as hell. We prayed all day, every day for anything.
Oh, get out of my face. Nobody understands me around here. I just came to be left alone.
Not one man, woman, or donkey in Old Town could help us. They were spending their cash on rebuilding that poor place. And then, on the morning of the dozenth day of Christmas, there it sat, shining like the light of God himself. A big old bag of dollars. Right there on our humble old doorstep. That money's kept my family fed and that door open to anyone who needed to rest on up in here ever since. That there fire's gonna need more wood.
Oh, get out of my face.
At their fires,
Nobody
we
understands
need
me
more
around here. I just came to be left alone.
At their fires, gonna need more wood. 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 At their fires, gonna need more wood.
Oh, get out of my face. Nobody understands me around here. I just came to be left alone.
At their fires, gonna need more wood. At their fires, gonna need more
Oh,
wood.
get out of my face. Nobody understands me around here. I just came to be left alone.
At their fires, gonna need more wood. At their fires, gonna need more wood. At their fires, gonna need more wood. At their fires, gonna need more wood.
And then, on the morning of the dozenth day of Christmas, there it sat, shining like the light of God himself. A big bag of dollars, right there on our humble old doorstep.
Wow. It's unbelievable.
It's true.
You're trusting me with this? Near every man I've met is a robber or a con man, and a lot of the runaway women are turning to that kind of a life too. Seems a little naive to go telling folks what you got in riches. You understand?
I have faith in people. The best way to know if somebody is trustworthy or not is to trust them.
That's the most naive thing I've ever heard.
It's true, though. We've had some dangerous types attempt to make their way up here. If the tales that I hear from the transits that come through here are true, then those kinds of people never make it past this here cabin.
I've known violence like you wouldn't believe. So, I don't relate to your faith in folks. But you've had no trouble for that cash for 25 years, huh?
That's right, ma'am. Almost to the day.
Well, I suggest that you stop hollering about that to every fresh stranger that passes through this place. The world's getting worse.
Well, in your line of expertise, you only see the worst side of mankind.
And business is getting better.
To good business, then, I suppose.
To good business.
Be sure to mind the lady's space, friend.
Oh, I brought a lot of dust in with me anyway. Don't worry about me. We all got a job.
Well, not this one.
Free labor. There are people fighting against that now.
It ain't quite like that free labor nonsense here. I give my pal room and board. They sweep the floors. We help each other out. Keep each other company, too, especially around this time of year.
That's a sweet deal. It's it's a nice place you've got set up for yourself here.
Why, thank you, miss.
Now, what was it that we were saying before? Why aren't you drinking?
Oh, I don't drink. Wouldn't be good for business. Be my guest.
I intend to.
If you don't mind my asking, what is it that brings you up here?
Business.
Well, I figured that, and I also figured that it ain't none of mine. Apologize for prying, ma'am.
I'm here looking for the old sheriff of Old Town.
They renewed that bounty again? After all this time?
Yeah, but it ain't funded by the state. The townspeople funded it. Them Old Town folks hold grudges longer than they live. This year, the bounty is $8,000 alive.
That's even more money than was stolen that day.
Indeed it is, and I get $6,000 if I bring in that old sheriff dead, which is fine by me.
And that's fine by you?
Indeed it is, Elijah. Dead men don't reach for my gun when I'm looking elsewhere, you see?
I see.
That there fire's gonna need more wood.
And the bank robbers had locked themselves in. Weren't nobody allowed in. Well, that old sheriff, though. Oh, that old sheriff was a damned fool. Went right on in there, found a way in round the side where they wasn't looking. Thought that this all-male gang of bandits could be reasoned with. Next thing that anybody knows about, the whole bank is on fire. Spreads to the town. The entire place is ablaze. Once the fire had died down, well, the deputy went to see what was left. Weren't nothing but 3 burnt-out bank robbers' bodies and an open safe. No sign of that old sheriff. And no sign of the townspeople's money, neither.
Well, how come that old deputy didn't become the new sheriff?
Well, that boy, he weren't yellow, but he sure didn't have the stomach for what he saw that day. Left the job the next morning, took a ship out of Old Town, went his ass to New York. Some say to go shovel coal on trains in the city. Some say to farm apples in the outskirts. Maybe it was both.
Oh, hey, old deputy's Big Apples? We got some ciders in from that ranch. Bo's drinking it right now.
It's nice.
Some say that the old sheriff of Old Town was in on it. Wanted the money. Some say that the old sheriff was mighty tired of running Old Town, keeping it safe, keeping it clean, keeping it quiet. When these dickheads decided to open the vault with dynamite in a wooden bank and perished due to their own foolishness, well, that old sheriff saw the money, grabbed it and left, stealthy as any lost soul. Some say that the old sheriff went and holed on up in Newtown. Some say elsewhere. Well,
The ball is in the center cup.
therein lies the mystery of the old sheriff of old.
I hate tricks.
Everybody plays tricks. Even you. Bet you turn a few your own.
You wouldn't like my tricks, bitch.
Hey, you two stay civil now, you hear?
card is up your sleeve?
I ain't
You
got
wanna go
any
outside?
sleeves.
Aye, and after the incident with the elk, I vowed never to leave a drunken man on his own again, and so I dragged him out by his collar.
I came willingly.
I don't know what you were doing drinking in the old bar of Old Town. The fellas in there would rob you blind and then blind you. You're only a wee lad.
I was there for business. I needed to deliver a new sheriff badge to the new deputy of Old Town so that he could become the new sheriff of Newtown.
What happened to the old sheriff of Newtown?
Shot. To death.
That's exciting by the standards of Newtown. Hey, Dunk.
Do all Scottish people know each other?
Nah.
We've not met, but I know him. You're one of the Lochlins in Newtown.
I've heard that name. Lochlins.
The Lochlin family founded Newtown. That's what I know. What's the story, Dunk?
Oh, they won't have a clue what I'm talking about, mate.
If they struggle to understand you, I'll translate if they look to me.
Alright. Oh, a long time ago, my family came across a way with a lot of families for Scotland,
The Lochlins long ago, with some other Scottish families, sailed here from their old home a few generations ago.
We settled Old Town, back then it was new, but people didn't like us, we didn't like people like, we didn't,
They went to set up a new home in Old Town. Unfortunately, they didn't get on with the people of Old Town.
We set off, having a path between these mountains and out the other side, and we cleared ourselves a patch of ground and started a new town.
They went over and through the mountains and down to the river and started a new town. They called it Newtown.
It was ours and ours alone for a couple of generations, but our own wee safe haven, kid, what I mean, But then the Great Fire, Old Town happened, no many people travelling out this far back to settle in the Old Town anymore. So new people for the same path we did decades previous and settled in with us in Newtown,
People started making the effort of getting their way through the mountains, and then they'd all end up staying in Newtown instead. There was a lot of them.
Father was always wanted to bring fire with him, but it was always mere people.
The Lochlins were worried these people would bring the fires of Old Town to Newtown, but Newtown kept itself as a haven.
People brought money, people brought money. Newtown got richer and my family get poorer and poorer. And that's why I'm here, Newtown outgrew me, so I'm just here with last my family's fortune trying to find my place in this violent world.
Duncan says that he left Newtown because it left him. Metaphorically. It's still there. Aye, Duncan left with the last of the Lochlins' cash, to live elsewhere with the rest of us. Aye, that's relatable. Newtown outgrew me a long time before it did you. I've adapted to it. You will too. Eventually.
And all this, I bring a wee piece of home with me.
Aye, he abandoned his home, but he took a piece of it with him. That he still carries.
It's this axe, it was handed down to me by my father and his grandfather for him. And this is the axe that cut down the very first tree to make no Newtown.
That axe was his great-grandfather's. That axe was what felled the first tree for making Newtown.
See if anyone will ever touch my axe. I strangled him with my bare hands.
That axe is a treasured possession. If you touch it, he'll strangle you.
Aye.
Aye, you've got to protect your stuff. A lot of thieves out there. That's why I wanted to protect young Richard here, you know. I've got a job here recently, so it's no extra effort to take Richard halfway home anyway.
Aye. That's nice to be home, aye.
Newtown was no home to me. I lived there, aye. But my home's out here, in the wilderness. Are any of yous lot known of a roofed building nearby here to sleep in?
Aye.
Good. We'll go there in a bit.
go and put your card down already, will you?
He's saying get a move on.
Oh, good, finally.
Why is this game called Blind Brothers Bloodshed?
Always interested in the story, huh?
More so than the game.
Well, kid, it starts with 3 brothers.
Let me guess. Does it end in bloodshed?
No, and they weren't blind neither. It all started in the middle of a night, black as the eyes of Satan himself.
Hey, are you gonna play a card?
One night, the middle brother took the eldest brother's pocket watch. He demanded it back. Middle brother says no. Youngest brother steps in to say their mama didn't raise 'em right. Eldest brother got mighty mad at that and swung a punch at the youngest. Missed, of course, and hit the middle brother. The situation escalated until they took their altercation out into the street. The only thing they agreed on was stand-up. So, these dickheads get themselves up in some rough semblance of a triangle shape in the blackest of black nights. And all 3 of these damn fools, they wait in the black darkness for their other brothers to draw.
Why didn't these boys take a lantern outside with them?
Town rule. No lights outside at night.
So how did they aim to shoot each other?
Well, that's the thing, fellas. These men ain't never thought of any of that. They're the sorts that never thought about their futures. Always getting into fights and such because of this mindset. So, they needed to contrive a way to know when each other was drawing.
Hey, it's your go. Will you get a move on now?
So, one of them decided, and the others agreed, that they gon' shout out numbers. The highest number gon' be the first to draw.
That would take eons.
Now, these boys ain't never had much of an education. So, past 128, these kids started to make up numbers. Like 11 to 11, and 1 gazillion, and 1 gazillion and 1. They all proud fools, so none of them wanted to say that ain't a real number, and seemed the fool to be proven wrong. So they all go on ahead pretending that they too are knowing of these numbers. So these kids is yelling in the street, at night, in the middle of town. Local strumpet leans out of the window of the saloon to tell them to silence themselves. She worried that they gon' get hurt. The eldest and the middle child are so offended by being told to be quiet by a woman, they start hollering all kinds of insults at her. Suddenly, the eldest of them goes all silent. And then the middle one, too.
What happened?
Bears.
Bears?
Yep. Bears got him. No lights, no noises, no bears. Town motto.
What happened to the youngest brother?
He survived. Went on to make something to repel bears. Made himself the best bear repellent in the whole of the West.
Oh, poisonicine.
What does that tale have to do with this game?
It's got the same premise. We all put down cards until only one of us got a card left. Or until the bears get us.
Ain't bears gonna get you.
What in tarnation? Bo!
I hate tricks. Set it up so she'd be the last one with a card. Trying to bamboozle y'all with her tall tales as a distraction from that con.
I had a good streak going.
You didn't, kid. But now you can get your money back. And a part of her share, too.
She didn't have money. She bet 5 gold rings.
Right. 1 ring each. And 1 for Elijah.
No way. I ain't taking no part in this here mess, no ma'am.
Then I'm having it. Now, who's gonna help me get this body into that well?
You're not putting Geraldine in that well. It'll make the water go bad.
It's frozen, Elijah. I need a place to keep her body that ain't warm and that the animals can't get to eat her. I'm gonna take her body back to Old Town with me in a few days. Bet she's got a price on her head, the damn swindler.
I don't like anybody shooting anyone else. Just about the rudest thing you can do. I ought to get myself a gun. In case I need to defend my stuff. If I had more of a gut for telling people when something isn't all right, then I would be harder on Bo about her bad behavior. Never seen anyone shot before.
Listen up, fuckers! I'm enforcing a no-gun policy. Anybody can't agree with this, they can fuck off. You fire a shot in here and I'll take your fucking heart out.
Aye, fair enough, mate.
Now, my friend here's gonna bring you all the gun jar. You put your firearms in there or you leave it. I ain't having no repetition of nothing nasty from last night.
I've no got a gun, I've only got an axe. If you touch that axe, I'm going to strangle you.
He's unarmed aside for his axe and his arms. And you're no getting any of them off him.
He ain't never been any trouble, anyway. So I trust that he ain't gonna be neither.
Bear with. Hang on. Wait. Alright, I'm done.
What animals do you hunt?
Human ones.
Are you an assassin?
Aye, same as you.
How'd you figure that? I kill violent men. Robbers, thieves, bandits. You kill anybody you've been offered money to kill, no matter what kind of person they are.
Huh. After last night, the only difference I see is that I'd have needed less bullets.
But more guns?
Not necessarily. I've heard a lot of good stories about the old sheriff of Old Town. None of them exactly describe a fearsome fighter.
Wait. So you're after?
You thought that you would be the only killer wanting $6,000? I'm your competition.
No. You ain't.
You got more than that on you, Bo. Top left pocket.
That is some eye on you, Elijah.
Or you've had a feel under that coat.
Take it. I don't mind. I'm never sober enough to aim straight anyway.
Shooting drunk ain't that hard.
Really?
Aye, I'll teach you.
Well, thank you, buddy. I think the drink's gonna kill me before any gun will, though.
Hi there, Is this a bad time?
Welcome to the Mount Inn. Put your dollars on the bar and all firearms in the jar.
I'm in search of a friend.
Plenty of friends to be made here, miss.
I mean a specific woman, sir.
No woman's been here.
Except for Bo here.
Oh, alrighty then. I'll be staying in this here shack until my friend shows up.
It's $2 a night, miss. And, cussing's extra.
Get the hell out!
Aye, let's take this outside for.
I am right behind you. What is your problem?
Jerusalem crickets, it's cold.
Get your cold ass in that barn. What is your problem? Why you gotta get hostile at me when Elijah and I are talking?
No, you're not talking to Elijah. You're cozying up to the old sheriff of Old Town to get that bounty.
He ain't the old sheriff of Old Town.
I don't have that option. It's not fair.
Oh, you do have that option, but no point in trying, because there is no way that he is the old sheriff.
We both know he is.
No, he ain't.
He is.
Look, it is so damn obvious that he ain't. The old sheriff ain't even a man.
What? No, of course the old sheriff of Old Town's a man. Did Elijah tell you that absolute shite?
It don't matter how I know. It ain't him. And since the old sheriff of Old Town obviously ain't here, then I figure I may as well get some pleasure out of being here.
Oh, his dollars.
No, his dick.
Well, I think he is the old sheriff of Old Town.
Elijah is not that kind of man.
As soon as he shows that he is, he'll be my bounty.
You touch that pure-hearted man, and...
Oh, you're sweet on him. You like him a little bit too much.
I will send you straight to fucking hell where you belong, assassin.
You only have one shot with that pea shooter, so you'd better not miss.
Oh, don't you worry. I will not.
Try it. I've been a dead man my whole life. If you kill me now, then I won't hurt your boy, but you won't. You're still trying to get back in his good books. You can't change. Not for him, so why even try? We're no different. Here's your pay for Geraldine.
Get out.
Don't worry, love. I am off. But if he hurts anybody, he's my money.
Copy me, darling. No, it's more like... Try again.
Welcome to the Mount Inn. Put your dollars on the bar and your firearms in the jar.
I don't have any guns.
Oh, keep playing that, sweetheart. I spy a beautiful woman I need to go talk to.
It's good to see you. Where in Jehoshaphat is Geraldine?
She ain't here.
She ain't here? She was supposed to be. 3 days before yourself and 5 before me. Where in tarnation is she?
Geraldine ain't here, and these people are being real suspicious about it. We need to leave.
No! Not without Jerry. She planned this.
But carry on, sweetie. Practice makes perfect. Yeah, but she didn't plan this. I buried it out by that old well. Let's get it and skedaddle on out of here. Take the ferry out of Old Town. Have ourselves a new life without Geraldine.
No. You're saying these people are suspicious. They maybe done something to Jerry.
So we should be on our way, lest they do the same thing to us, Mary.
If she's been shot, I'm gonna find and skin alive everybody involved.
Oh, what you gonna do, Mary?
I have other skills than a steady arm, Claire.
No, Mary.
Are you with me, Claire?
Always, Mary. Always.
Good. We gotta lay low. Pretend like we don't know each other. Keep your eyes peeled for anything that they'd have taken from her. Her necklace, or her rings, or something.
Wait. Take one of my cigars, Mary.
Why?
Act like we just met.
Well, thank you, stranger. That's mighty kind of you. Happy New Year to you.
Excuse me, dog, can I get one of them New Year's cigars?
Oh, only had the one.
Sly sod.
Oh, now then, where were we, sweetheart?
Aha! Bullseye!
You're still outnumbered. 2 tens to 1, Richard.
We'll see about that. Well, I can't be any worse a shot than Elijah.
Aye, but you may be.
You think he can fire a gun?
I think he's the old sheriff of Old Town.
That would be quite the story. Now, that wouldn't happen to be why Miss Bow has an interest in him, now would it?
No. I talked to her about that. She's just after his heart. Or so she says.
Really? He's kinda old, though.
Like the old sheriff of Old Town old? Besides, she isn't exactly a spring chicken herself, Bo.
Well, she's still pretty.
Are you jealous?
Of whom, Bo or Elijah?
Either or.
Nah, neither nor. I'm making a simple observation. You got eyes, too. Don't mean much to call prettiness pretty.
What the hell you meaning, Richard?
The sunset is pretty. I ain't about to marry it. Boy, if anything, I wish I had less appeal. Getting women flirting at me heeds conversations. Makes it harder to tell stories. That new woman, Mary, she keeps staring at me.
She was giving us all a queer eye, Richard. But I know what you mean. It's distracting.
I just wish there was an easy way to bat their eyes away.
Have you still got that ring?
Huh?
That ring from Geraldine. If you wear that, then the women will think you're married. May bother you less, my boy.
Oh, that's a good idea. I'm gonna do just that. Thanks, buddy.
You boys be careful shooting bullets off that there cliffside. You never know where a bullet's gonna land.
What are you, a cop?
I'm a sheriff, actually.
Ah, we met before. I delivered your badge to you. You're the new sheriff of Newtown.
Yeah, 5 days ago, I was a deputy under the new sheriff of Old Town. The old sheriff of Newtown was killed, so I'm to be the new sheriff of Newtown. My first duty is to track down the murderers of the old sheriff of Newtown. Yep, I'm heading on down to Newtown to be the new sheriff. Checking out these mountains on my way.
You mean they're in the area? They haven't left?
Well, they sure didn't take the new train from Newtown to anywhere else, and they didn't take the old ferry out of Old Town either. So, yeah, they're still in the area.
Are we suspects?
That's a suspicious thing to say, civilian. But no. We're looking for 3 women. An all-female gang of bandits robbed the old bank in Newtown, shot the old sheriff, but they didn't shoot the deputy, because there wasn't one, and fled out into the mountains, according to the townsfolk's speculations. We got an image of the woman who shot the old sheriff of Newtown on one of these new doohickeys.
What's it?
This thing called a camera. It does this thing, I don't know how it works, but makes like a realistic imitation of something that you could see with the human eye.
Like a painting?
Kinda. It's incredible technology, really.
I doubt it'll catch on. Doesn't seem that useful. Nobody'd want one of them.
I agree that it's a novelty more than it is something sensible, though. Newtown's lawmen started using it for security, they say. But I think that they simply like playing with something for once. Ain't a lot of crime in Newtown, usually. It's a surely born job there, fellas. Anyway, they got this picture of this criminal. Only trouble is, it's a little too small to see the details. Can't see the woman's face enough to know who she is or who she might be. Some real clever professor by the name of Cameron invented this, camera. I'm due to meet Professor Cameron in the Mount Inn 3 sunsets from now.
That's where we're staying. It's a nice shack.
Ah. In that case, civilian, would you kindly take this camera image with you? Give it to the professor in case I come too late? If you do this, then Cameron can get a head start on it.
Sure.
Praise the Lord. I'm aiming to get that woman behind bars real fast. I intend to be a U.S. Marshal by the time I reach 30 years old, you hear? If I make a good new sheriff of Newtown, then that could actually materialize for me. Gotta get my foot in the door, you know? So what's your business in these hills then, civilians?
I'm looking for the old sheriff of Old Town.
Oh, that old bounty, huh? Yeah, I heard a lot of old stories about the old sheriff of Old Town. The new sheriff of Old Town don't even know nothing for sure about the old sheriff of Old Town. She used to be the deputy to the old sheriff of Newtown.
What happened to the old sheriff of Newtown?
He got old.
So, you're the new sheriff of Newtown?
Yes.
Placing the old sheriff of Newtown. You were the new sheriff of Old Town?
Yes.
You replaced the old sheriff of Old Town?
Yes.
And was previously deputy to the old sheriff of Newtown?
All of that is correct. Glad that you understand it. Well, it's been a mighty fine time speaking with you, civilians. But I need to be going.
I expected him to have lasted longer than that.
That man is all talk.
Let's have some of the stronger stuff.
Nah, I'm done in here. I'll go to bed after I finish my cider.
That's more for you and I, then. Good night. And then only 2 were left. I'm a little tipsy, but I think I've got you beat. So, I think that I win. I'm not even drunk, you know. I could keep drinking for hours. Hours.
Could y'all be quiet, please?
I reckon that you'll definitely have to stop before I does. Do.
Excuse me. Will you shut the hell up?
Between you and I shouldn't even still be here still. I should have left days ago, but everywhere outside of Newtown is just so much more exciting, you know? The old sheriff getting shot is first thing to happen in Newtown for decades. That wasn't routine. And on Christmas Day, too. Yep. It's a mystery. A Christmas mystery.
Shut up!
It's like a sequel to The Fire of Old Town or something. I wanted in on that life. With the excitement, you know? And that's why I insisted on delivering the old sheriffs of Newtown's badge to the new sheriff of Newtown. I was naive, though. I didn't think enough about the dangers of being outside of Newtown, you know? But now I'm in too deep, and I can't walk out. I can't take my eyes off. Like the shooting in here. The shooting. I can't go back to the boredom of Newtown. I am afeared out here, but I'd rather die than go back to the safety I see the same in you. You know the danger. And yet, here you are. We're flies on the wall before the end of the world. That's who we are.
Please, go to bed.
Sorry, doll. I'm taken.
Ain't what? What a crying shame. I don't suppose y'all'd say no to one more drink? Huh?
I would not ever reject a drink. I am very flattered, but I simply amped interested in that kind of play. Just the stories. And liquor. In the absence of stories, of course.
This one is for you.
Thank you, sweetheart. Oh, God, that's nasty. What the hell is that stuff?
Just something I found at the bar. Let's go to sleep.
Oh, that's put me off drinking for good. I think I could sleep forever now.
Then sleep.
Well, I guess that's a victory for you. Good night, buddy.
Right, so you point, zoom, that means making it look closer than it is. Great technology, eh? And click. There you go, a photograph. That's what we call the picture that the camera makes. Just yank it out the top there. Show to you, mate? This is great. You're a really good-looking bunch, you are.
Thanks, miss. Or, is it sir, perhaps?
Either? Neither? Whatever, man.
What's that accent you got there? Mate?
My accent's from the New World.
I thought that this was the New World.
No, this is the old New World, mate. I mean the New World. Are you not used to strange accents here yet?
Well, yours is a new one.
So what brings you to the old New World?
Crime. I'm here to solve crime. Well, a lot of crimes, really. Eventually.
Why here, instead of the New World? Are there more crimes here than in the New World?
My old folks used to live in Old Town. When they got pregnant, they fled the dangers of the old New World to live in the relative safety of the New World. And they told me all about that.
And so you wanted to make a difference?
Yeah, my inventions could make a real difference.
Like your, doohickey?
Yeah, I left a bunch of these, doohickeys over in Newtown trying to catch criminals in Yakio. Then we can punch people right.
Hang a lot of them.
Yeah. If we had this technology a quarter of a century ago, the old sheriff of Old Town would have been hanged about 24 years ago.
Aye, the new sheriff in Newtown was talking about you a couple of days back. He gave us a picture graph of the old sheriff in New getting shot. He said that he needs you to do something with that picture.
I'm meeting up with him tomorrow, in here. He needs me to blow it up for him.
You're destroying the evidence?
No, mate, I mean magnifying, not explosive.
The new sheriff that you would be able to see who shot the old sheriff in that picture graph.
Where is it?
Richard's got eyes still in his bed, like, aye.
No need to wake him. He had a lot to drink last night.
Would you get that for me, please, buddy? Great. I would like it if somebody with precise hands could help me out with this, please.
I can come to the barn with you, if you like.
You sure about that, mate? You did miss a note just then.
Well, that was just a faulty string. Fixed it.
Alright. Go and wait for me in the barn. I'll just finish my drink and be in a bit. What a fucking weirdo. I'm surprised to see so many of y'all here during the New Year. Are you lot up here together, are you?
No.
Some of us are after the same thing. That's the bounty on the old sheriff of Old Town.
Is that still a thing?
Yeah, but it ain't going well enough.
Speak for yourself, Lassie. I've got a clue.
No, you do not. He does not have a clue.
Well, we do know more about the old sheriff of Old Town than whomsoever it was that killed the old sheriff of Newtown, at least.
Not for long, mate.
I don't remember a lot, but I do know that I shot that one slumped over there by the door. I know that. I stopped her with my shotgun. She shot somebody else. So I killed her. Go use that picture machine on her body. Here, let me take a look at that photograph. Well, this here is Claire. She came in on the 6th day of Christmas. Kept to herself, for the most part. She liked to play that piano there sometimes. Okay, and nail it to a wall. Anywhere is okay. Now, do a photo of me. Try to get my best side. Nail it up. Anywhere is okay. String the two together next. Excellent. You'll need to, photograph everybody else. I don't know who stabbed me. No, that don't ring any bells for me. What a ugly mess that was. Bo never did like a trickster. Huh. Claire shot the old sheriff of Newtown. Huh. That Richard was a good man. Never took nothing from no one without giving them something back. I don't understand why Mary would want to kill the poor kid. Bo never did take kindly to that guy. I suppose that disliking him would be reason enough to have killed him, but only in a heated moment. I do wonder what raised the hellfire in her this time. You sure about that? Don't seem right to me. That assassin tried to kill me. I reckon that he must have thought that I am the old sheriff of Old Town. Bo must have killed him because he tried to kill me. She's so overprotective. Cameron probably figured out who Claire was, so Claire killed Cameron to take the heat off of herself. I'm not sure that matches up. I don't think that that's what's happened in here. No, that don't ring any bells for me. Nothing doing there, friend. No, that don't ring any bells for me. Yep, she stole his axe. He was obsessed with that axe like a child. The favorite toy. She hit poor Dunk with a flaming log. In self-defense, of course. Not for fun. Mary must have been in cahoots with Geraldine. Reckon she saw her friend's ring in Beau's sleeve. Must have thought that Beau killed her, so she did the same back. Richard weren't ever a main target, but him showing off that ring, he would have clued Mary in that he had something to do with the death of a friend. And well, being a witness, doing nothing about it, it's about as bad as hurting somebody yourself. Huh. The new sheriff must have checked the barn and then come in here. I reckon he saw that photo and knew just who to collar. The new sheriff tried arresting Claire for the murder of the old sheriff of Newtown. She took and turned his own gun on him. Killed him outright here in my cabin. Claire shot both of the sheriffs of Newtown, huh? I guess they're gonna need a new sheriff now. And I think that's how it all happened. I've been here my whole life. My mother built the cabin that we stand in. The cabin we all died in. Mama never told me Papa stole this land from other people. She only told me we made it our own. And we did. We did make it our own. They worked real hard to make it exactly how they wanted it. And when she passed, I carried on with it. And look where it got us all. We should never have come here. None of us.